Well, hey everybody, it's the 22nd day of May 2025. I'm Jan Erickson and this is As Above, So Below. Let's go ahead and get started here. I can get my rune bag open. How my string got a knot in it, I don't know. I don't have this yarn anymore, so I can't make a new one. We have Vunyo. Now, Vunyo is the 8th rune of the Elder Futhark. Looks like the letter P. It means joy and fellowship. The wish rune, basically, harmony, happiness. On the higher self side of things today, the as above side. Now for the below side with the Geomancy rune. Let's see, we'll put this in the order of fire, air, water, and earth. That looks like fire there. Oh, we have Caput Draconis. The Draconi, if you will, Caput and Kata, this is Caput, it represents the north node of the moon. This would be Kata as the south node of the moon. Whereas Kata is more about the past and past life experiences, even just within the present life, or it could be karma. Caput Draconis is on the threshold of something new happening. So it's the future. It's future based, but it's like you're on that threshold of it. So, there's lots of things that can happen there, lots of choices that can be made. Nothing is carved in stone. You're manifesting your reality. And on this 22nd day of May, 22 is the master number for the cosmic builder. So profound soul level manifestation, really. So what will you manifest today? Are you going to manifest joy and happiness and fellowship? Are you going to make your wishes come true? Is that what you're going to? And are you going to do that with intention? Let's go ahead and shuffle just a little bit more here. And then I'll cut the deck and take the lower half. And then I'll draw 3 cards. If we need more, I'll take them, but generally I don't do any more than 1 more card. Once in a while I'll do a 5th card, but it's rare. Well, okay. So I've been getting lately, last Monday I had 2 cards from the Major Arcana. In fact, they were the same as the 2 cards from the Major Arcana on Monday the 14th. So successive Mondays there, I had the same major cards. I don't have the same major cards this time, but I do have 2. And then the other one is the Queen of Wands. And so if we start with the Queen of Wands, which I'm going to do, we're going to talk about how we express our inner authority, especially if you're a woman watching this. Let's see, how did I miss that? Oh, there, okay. All right, let me go ahead and do the numerology here. So we said 8 for Vunyo, we have 15 for the Devil, nothing for the Queen here, and the Lover's card, which is a 6. 29, so 29 reduces to 11, so we have the master number 11 for the overall numerology of the reading today. So that's interesting, the 22-day master number there, which is double the master number 11. 11 is about awakening and enlightenment, illumination, and so you're coming to, with this being on the threshold of new beginnings with Caput Draconis, and the idea of expressing love and joy and fellowship and harmony in your life and making your wishes and dreams come true. We're doing that in service here to the Queen of Wands card here. You see she's sitting on the throne, she's holding her staff, she's got a sunflower. You see sunflowers on the back of the drape here on her throne. You also see the lions here. So you have a lot of fire energy here. Wands is the fire element. You see the lions here on her throne here, on the arms of them. It denotes strength, inner strength, external strength. But basically, you're looking at someone who's talented and successful. She's a person in authority. All the queens are, so are the kings. You see her cat here looking directly at the reader, and just like, well, what do you want? What do you want from her? You're not getting past me to get to her. But she's looking toward the future, and so she's future oriented. So she would align very well with cottage or with Caput Draconis here today. And the idea of being on the threshold of something new. So there could be something that's happening for you today where a new level of authority, maybe you're getting a leadership position in a company, or you're starting your own business or something like that, where you're the one in charge. You're the one making the decisions about what's going to be happening today. And over the next few days, as you start thinking about your future plans and where you're going to go with your life, and or maybe your career or something. One thing you want to be mindful of here is in the devil card is you don't want to be a slave to desire. You see the devil perched on his post there with the ring and the chains extending and around the necks of the two individuals there. You have it's almost like he's got his torch here and he's lighting this guy's tail on fire. But it's are you going to be a slave to the ego, or are you going to think from the level of higher self and try to see the entire picture instead of just what's in your immediate needs or your immediate wants or desires? So there's future planning that could be derived from something like this, where you're not just taking the first thing that comes along. You're not a slave to your own impulses, that you're really thinking about things in a way that the queen would think, and to evaluate everything from a very wise perspective, where you're not just, taking something because it seems good. It needs to be good. And so you're going to do your due diligence and make sure that whatever it is you choose really has a future in store for you, instead of something that could be just for a minute or two, And from there, with the Lover's card, you're going to be talking about being discriminating. Here you have, again, discriminating in the sense of not allowing your ego to control the moment, to have that higher level of purpose, that higher level of awakening and enlightenment and illumination with the 11, and then again with the 22 energy today, making that manifestation to be soul level and quite profound. So it's going to have a profound impact on your life, and so you can't just choose the first thing that comes along. You have to do things with a little more critical eye. And here you want to do it in balance. And again, with the focus on spirit. You see the Adam and Eve figures here. Eve is looking at the angel while Adam is looking at her. You see the mountain is bending toward the feminine, the divine feminine within. And you see the sun above, which is representative of the creator or spirit energy. And you see the angel there sitting on the cloud, with its hands extended outward, in it embracing the idea of having some kind of balanced polarity within. And again, although the Queen of Wands, the fire element, is very active presence, it's a masculine type of presence or projective, as opposed to, say, the suit of cups and the suit of earth, which is emotions and earth. Water and earth is earth is the physicality. That's more of a passive or receptive presence. Swords, which is the air element, and wands, which is again the fire element, those are very active principles. So they're moving in a direction. They want to take action. It's just you want to do it in a balanced way, where the discernment is made, where you realize that for success to happen, it has to come from higher self. For it to be assured, you have to go within and access that higher vision, and not just the vision that's presented by the ego in the devil card, you see. And so even though the Lovers can indicate a relationship, there could be a relationship that comes from this. But at the same time, my feeling is that it's more about discerning what's real and what's fiction, or what's real, what's a higher vision versus an ego vision. Because again, her focus, and we can align her with the Queen here, as the Queen is focused on the future instead of looking to the other way to the past. Here, she's totally fixated on that angel, and she's not looking at the guy at all, although he's not. So you see the difference between the trees behind him. Here, the oak tree is pretty spindly, but here it's full and lush with the apple tree on behind her with the serpent there. So knowledge is there. Higher knowledge, higher wisdom, things that will make your life better instead of just for the moment, but your life better for the future of it. In other words, you see, and so the strength within is going to come, and the happiness and the joy and the fellowship. There indeed might be fellowship here, but I think that when we're talking about letting go of ego, when we're talking about looking at the future, you've got to be able to make your way in a way that's positive and with inner strength and awareness, and not just simply taking the first thing that comes along. Also, you're also looking at a sense of integration and unification and self and others with the Lover's card. And so again, I think that you're looking for something, or if you're looking for somebody, if your future involves an individual, if it's not a work situation, if you're choosing a partner, if that's coming into your life at this point, you've got to do it with awakening and discernment. You have to be able to understand if that's the person that's really you really want to walk that new path with. Or is there going to be too much drama or something like that, too much ego involved with the Devil card? And the infatuation can be there, but long term, is it going to be there? Or is it just for the moment? So if this is talking about a relationship, you might think of it that way. But to me, with the Queen of Wands, she's already arrived. Essentially, she's already the boss. She's already the person who is determining her own future. And so, to me, if it was weighted one or the other, it'd be more heavily weighted on some kind of career or vocation or something, some kind of future endeavor that's going to be positive and filled with love and harmony and fellowship with other people. Maybe things have not been that way for a while, and now all of a sudden this door is open, and you're looking at these opportunities to get that in the decisions that you make. As opposed to maybe working alone or working with people that you're really not that comfortable with, that you're not really able to maximize your own efforts with. That kind of collaboration just isn't there. And so again, I've always looked at the Lovers with the idea of where are you placing your focus? And again, he's limited his focus by only looking at her. And she is maximizing her focus by looking towards spirit. And so I think that's, I don't think we can lose that. Either direction you go here with this, whether it's a career, a vocation, or some new opportunity, or if it's a love interest that may be something you might be able to actually have in your life for a long period of time. If that's where you are in your life, and somebody comes in here now, or in the next just in the short term here, in the short term future, not in the long term, not weeks or months or whatever, but soon, or maybe is already there, and you're thinking about the future with that person. Just be aware of where that person's focus lies. Is that person able to see the bigger picture with you, or are you going to constantly be arguing about what that bigger picture is? And so there has to be some discernment. What is is there going to be a lot of drama? Is there going to be a lot of cohesion? With Vunyo, there's that idea of integration and harmony and love and fellowship, which is all about that. And so, again, slave to desire or discernment, a higher level of discernment, the awakening to truth, the enlightenment that you gain from all of it. And again, then with today's 22 numerology, Master 22, what can you manifest with that? What can be profound for you? Not just in the limiting sense of the Devil card, because this is a very limiting card, very focused on the personality or the ego, and not really being able to see the bigger picture. It's just the immediate desire versus long term. And are you accessing and drawing down spirit into your awareness to get a bigger understanding of it all, or are you just simply relying on the ego to determine that for you? So So either way, a new vocation, a new opportunity, or maybe a new love interest. Either way, you can do this either way, I think. It's just with the Queen of Wands, she's a very strong woman, and she's very action oriented, and that and kind of a take no prisoners, very similar to the Queen of Swords. And so to me, when I see her, as well as the Queen of Swords, to me, this is about, something a little bit bigger than a relationship. But it doesn't mean that you can't, what's coming is not, if it's a vocation thing or work thing or career thing, that you're looking for something that's more harmonious, that's more collaborative with others, as opposed to, or to at least have that be part of it, even if you're going to be the boss of it, which I suspect you will be, or at least if you're not, you'll be a strong voice there, a leadership voice within that. But it could be something that in the past, the recent past, you just haven't had, and you want that and so with these, if you've got more than one opportunity that you're on the threshold of looking at and making a decision about, then maybe you're wanting that component again in it. So I think that's it. I think that's all. I don't think we need another card. I just find it interesting that over the last 2 weeks, I had the Moon and the Magician both Mondays, and then now I have the Devil and the Lovers. So there just seems to be a very strong soul influence in the readings these days, and that we need to pay attention to. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and check out the blog over at Stepping Aside. The web address there is imsteppingaside.com. Click on more below the video, and it'll be right there if you forget. And come back again on Monday. Oh, no. Are we doing one on Monday? I think probably, well, I'll see how it goes. If I don't do one on Monday, I'll do it on Tuesday. No, you know what? I can't do it on Tuesday. We have an appointment on Tuesday. I'll go ahead and do this. I'll just go ahead and do it on Monday. So we'll see you again on Monday for another edition of, because it's Memorial Day weekend. That's why I'm saying so. Anyway, we'll see you again on Monday for another edition of As Above, So Below. Be good to yourself, be good to one another, and blessed be.